On this episode of the Free Pilot Training Channel, I'm going to be testing out the cheapest headset that you can buy from Amazon. And those are the Rugged Air RA200s.
Aircraft calling, stay position.
If you're kind of new to aviation, you're probably just figuring out that equipment can be kind of expensive. For example, this Bose A20 headset that I use, which is kind of the industry standard, can cost you around $1,000. Now it does have some great features like noise canceling, but is it really worth it for a student pilot to spend that much money on a headset? I'm about to test this Rugged Air headset out and give you my honest opinion. One thing nice about these is that they come with a carrying case. A lot of cheaper headsets don't, and they can get kind of beat up in your flight bag. Before we test these out in the airplane, let's take a quick look at the quality. At first glance, they look pretty durable. Compared to the other cheaper headsets I've used, these are about the same quality. This is kind of nice, so it's got a port for your music. Which, by the way, I don't really recommend using that as a student pilot. You're going to have a hard enough time with radios in the beginning as it is. The next thing I'm noticing here are these foam ear seals, which are covered with some thin plastic. Now this design is usually pretty durable, but it can make your ears sweat if you wear them for a long time and it's pretty hot outside. Now let's take a quick look at the boom. While it does seem to be made pretty well, there are no detents in the movement, so it makes me think that it could loosen over time. As far as this mic muff is concerned, these are all about the same quality and you can replace these really cheaply. But the boom itself seems to be really well made. The next thing I'm thinking about is this headband. It's made out of steel, so it should be pretty durable, but it also may add some weight. As far as the headband pad is concerned, it's about the same quality as the ear seals. Sometimes you'll find this material cracked on older headsets, but it usually does seem to last quite a while. I like the adjustment knobs on these. These seem pretty durable. The next thing I'm looking at here is the comm cord on this guy. It looks pretty well made, and I don't see why it wouldn't last you a long time. Let's go test it out in the airplane a little bit.
Test. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, the first thing I'm noticing is I'm really loud for some reason. That sounds pretty good though in my ears.
Well, yeah, and you sound good coming over to me, so that's, yeah.
Right away, I feel like I sound even better than my Bose. Obviously there's no noise canceling, but it is squeezing my head a little bit, but
you can relieve some of that, can't you?
I think so.
Right there,
right here. No, that's
just adjusted.
At first glance, there's no adjustment for this headband, but I'll discuss that more here in just a minute.
I don't think you can relieve it. It's not pressing that hard. Maybe like
Test,
a half a pound total, maybe. But yeah, so right away I can hear pretty good. I think that's the most important thing.
Brakes.
I'll check mine.
Okay.
I'll check my flight control while we're sitting here too. Your airplane. It's a little windy today, but I think we'll have a good flight. Good practice. Okay, I guess we'll make this one a soft field takeoff.
Today I'm just using this headset as I normally would on a normal everyday training flight. Training flights are about the best test of a piece of equipment like this.
There it is. That's okay.
Climb a little higher.
You're still in ground effect there. Well, I guess we can go ahead and start doing some work. Let's get set up for some stalls.
Carb seats in. Let's get go down here.
It's probably in the mid-70s on the ground today, but in the air it's nice and cool. That being said, after a little bit of training, my ears are starting to sweat a little bit. Now you can buy better ear seals for this headset. I'll see if I can link those up in the description below.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Something that I do want to mention is that most of these airplanes have a sensitivity setting for your microphone. I didn't realize that when I was a private pilot, and I thought that my microphone on my headset was just a piece of junk, but in reality that wasn't the case. I actually just needed to mess with the comm panel a little bit. So if you think you have a headset that you need to replace because the comm setting's not sensitive enough. Be sure you check your settings before you do that. I guess probably my biggest complaint about this headset is that it feels like after a while of flying, I guess we've been flying 45 minutes an hour maybe.
45.
Like, it almost feels like it's crushing my head a little bit. I'm sure I could like stretch this out and make it less stiff like that, but yeah. And then the earmuff parts, they're making my head sweat just a little bit.
I see it now.
Oh, you see the runway? Okay, the runway here. Cool.
After looking on Rugged Air's website, they do recommend that if the headset is too tight, that you loosen it by stretching out the metal band. That's how they say they designed it so you could get the perfect fit.
Claremore traffic, Skyhawk 3148 X-ray, 1 mile final, 18 for the grass, Claremore. Oh goody, let's land in the grass. Can you see the runway yet? I think I see it. Who doesn't like landing in the grass? We'll see how muddy it is out here. Just rained yesterday. Good grief, it's windy. Not too bad for it being really gusty outside.
For my overall rating of this headset today, I'm going to give this a B-. There are definitely a lot better headsets out there, but I will say for $85, this is a heck of a deal. And as far as cheap headsets go, I'd probably give this an A-. It's a pretty decent headset for the price. I would recommend purchasing these, upgrading to the better ear seal, then you can keep these as a backup when you have passengers later on down the road. Thanks for joining me today on the Free Pilot Training channel. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button for me. And don't forget to subscribe. I've got lots of great aviation training videos and more coming. I'll see you next time.
Aircraft calling, stay position.